This taken at the 5. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. On the ground, here's the rookie from Southern Cal. And a short pickup to about the 30. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Another run here with Lloyd. Trying to find somewhere to move forward, but nothing going. Tackle for the loss of a yard.
Sometimes you run all those big bodies out there, you kind of tip your hand. I always love going big jumbo personnel for a play action. In this case, they keep the ball on the ground. The defense knew it was coming, and they suffer a loss.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Love. And that is incomplete. Jaden Reed was the intended target, and that's going to lead to a 4th down. On comes the Packers punting team. This fielded inside the 35. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. First and 10 now from the 36. They run, and here's the former Packer, Aaron Jones.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. To throw is McCarthy. They'll get this out quickly to Addison. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's a throw for McCarthy. He's got his tight end, Hawkinson. They gain 18 yards on that one. 1st down, Minnesota.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
His throw on 1st down is going to be incomplete.
I think that play probably results in a completion if that protection just holds up a little bit longer. It was that initial pressure in the face of the quarterback that forced him to get rid of that ball a little bit earlier than he wanted. Disrupts that timing, ruins the play.
In motion, it's Waddle. Throwing again is McCarthy. The 2nd down throw is incomplete. Jalen Waddle, the intended target, and it's going to be 3rd down.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
So after back-to-back incompletions, it is now 3rd and 10. McCarthy going to look to throw again. To the right side, he's got Hawkinson, his tight end.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
And we won't see a return here. This is going to be marked down inside the 15. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. They'll start this on the ground with Lloyd. and he'll get about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. It's the tight end Kraft in motion. Now the first carry of the game for Josh Jacobs. Up the sideline, past the 30. A pickup there of 13. First down, Packers.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
They face 2nd down and 7. Now Love. And this ball batted away and incomplete.
This offense is doing everything they can to quiet this crowd, and even though they missed on that long attempt, at least it sets the tone that they're going to continue to attack. If they can come up with a completion on one of those downfield passes, it's going to go a long way to settling themselves into this game.
From the gun, it's Love. This one deep and looking for Melton. And they bring him down there, but it is inside the 10. It is going to be 1st and goal.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
Only a yard there. Tackle made at the 5. Here comes 2nd and goal. They'll go with him again. And he'll get 3 yards here, down to the 2-yard line.
And with that run, Mike, even though it brings up 3rd down, it still keeps this offense in what they call a 50-50 downs. It means with the down and distance provided, you can call a run or a pass, and both are equal threats. And that's what makes it so hard for these defenses to defend those situations.
They'll run with Jacobs. Good blocking, and he's in. Josh Jacobs. Touchdown, Packers. That's the 5th touchdown for him on the year.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their 2nd possession.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. They're on the 30-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. The drive begins with a carry by Jones. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings them down for a loss.
Here comes the screen to Jones. Good hustle by the defense. They beat the offensive lineman to the blocks there. No gain on that screen pass.
It's a really good job defensively. The key is you don't want your defensive lineman to overcommit to rushing the passer, and you don't want your linebackers in secondary dropping too deep defending the pass. In this case, all 3 levels played disciplined, good football with good vision. That's why they're able to stop him for no gain.
To the air on 3rd down is McCarthy. Over the middle, that's the tight end Hopkinson. A big third down hookup takes us to the break. It's the Packers on top. More from the Twin Cities in a moment. On 1st and 10, it's McCarthy. To the middle of the field, taken in by Addison. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. We'll get this complete. It's Addison again. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. He was looking for Jordan Addison that time. Now it's going to be third down. From the gun, here's McCarthy. Over the middle, it's taken in by Waddle. On 4th down, on comes the rookie, Will Reichert, to try this Viking field goal. This a 48-yard attempt. Reichert's kick is good. And the Vikings are on the board. It's 7-3.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
Now an opening past the 30. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. This drive will begin with a run by Lloyd. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield. On 1st down, right back to Lloyd. Angling to the sideline, inside the 35. They'll go again with Lloyd. And he'll get back maybe to the line of scrimmage, but probably going to be a loss of a yard here.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Throwing on 2nd down, Love. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
Just can't seem to get anything going on every ensuing snap. They just continue to go backwards and backwards and backwards. You've got to find a way on 1st and 2nd down to stay ahead of the chains so 3rd down is not so daunting.
Out of the shotgun, it's Love. Oh, he gets a good read defensively and intercepts it. Picked off by the veteran, Harrison Smith.
Well, with this guy might lose a little bit, Mike, as he gets long in the tooth. He certainly makes up for it in experience. You're not going to be able to do a lot of things to trick him on the back end. He reads this play right from the jump, makes a great break on the ball, and if that ball hits his hands more times than not, it's going to be a takeaway.
Throwing here on 1st and 10 is McCarthy. He's going to keep it himself.
He tried to buy all the time he could, but when he saw that space, he quickly turned from thrower to runner, and he's able to pick up a nice gain on 1st down.
2nd and a yard. Up the middle, here's Jones. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
The offense thinks that they can just kind of plow this one up there in the middle and keep the chains moving, but Not on this defense. Not only do they not pick up the first down, but after suffering that loss, now they've got some decisions to make on third down.
Heading outside, going to be close. It's going to depend on the spot. They're going to mark him short, and it is going to be fourth down. Here's Ryan right now, and he is hoping to improve on his first attempt. And he couldn't get that one to check up. It'll keep bouncing into the end zone. It's a touchback. The drive begins at the 20. Here's first and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Love. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete, but pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down.
The whole idea of the play-action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around, that ball needed to come out. There was no timing and ultimately led in an incompletion.
And that is incomplete.
You just never want to overthrow an open receiver. If anything, even if the receiver just has to slow down a little bit to run under the ball, that's okay. It might not end up in a touchdown, but you're at least going to end up with a completion.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, Mike. Living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. Set to go now on first and 10. They'll run it with Jones to begin this drive. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning.
A game of the guard brings up second and 9 at the 43-yard line.
7-3 is the score. 2 minutes to play in the first half. We'll have more from Minneapolis after this. Here's second and 9. Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. A short one taken by Hawkinson. He'll come up to third and 3. McCarthy from the gun here on third down. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And he's going to be taken down at the 30-yard line.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
That's to the left side and taken in by Jefferson. They'll come up here on second down and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5.
To throw once more, here's McCarthy. That one into the hands of Jefferson.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a first down. You know, Mike, nice job here by the quarterback, just understanding on these early downs, you just don't want to go backwards. So he's able to avoid the negative play, pick up a little bit, and mostly avoid the sack.
And he'll be stopped short of the first down. He's able to look it in and get forward for a pickup of about 8.
Well, this is a great example of the old saying, Mike, you never go broke taking a profit. Give credit to this quarterback. I know it's not the big explosive play he was looking for, but getting the ball into the hands of his running back, allow him to pick up some extra yardage after the catch.
On 3rd and a yard, it's McCarthy. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half. So instead of going for the first down, in comes the field goal unit. Bit of a surprise here. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17, as we'll get you down to Orlando now. That's where the coach is, Jonathan Coachman, and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, thanks. This one's still anyone's game. We'll see who can come out with the hot hand in this second half. About to get started. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. First and 10. In motion, it's Waddle. On first down, here's McCarthy. They'll try to set up the screen here. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. On second down, here's McCarthy. Looking for Jefferson deep downfield. That is brought in. That long one's going to bring them first and goal. He is brought down at the 5-yard line.
They really showed off their connection on that pitch and catch, Mike, and just really good ball placement and really good separation downfield. And when those two things align, it's just really challenging for a defender to stay with them and take that play away.
Five yards from the house. They've got it first and goal. Here's a designed run. And he's going to be stopped just short of the goal line. Couldn't reach that ball across, setting up second and goal. Second and goal. They'll run the sneak. And he's able to get the ball across the goal line. He's in. J.J. McCarthy. Touchdown, Vikings. Certain quarterbacks have a knack for that, and he finds the space to get in the end zone for the touchdown, Greg.
Yeah, just a good old-fashioned quarterback sneak. Kind of a play that's taken the league by storm. Not necessarily the tush-push like we see up in Philly, but just as effective here, Mike.
Reichert out now, following the touchdown, as he kicks this one away. Here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. Love gonna give it to Lloyd. And he's got some space. Up past the 30 to about the 32-yard line. A pickup of 7. Second down and 3. On the give, it's Lloyd. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard. That's it. Here's 3rd and 2. On play action, Love. He's got a man. That's Watson. And he's going to be running out of bounds, but not until he gets down to the 40-yard line. That catch number 40 on the season for him. They run. It's Lloyd. Give him 10 more on that one. Just enough for another first down.
Well, there's not a whole lot of fancy going on here, Mike. This is just kind of old school, line up and run smash mouth football. It's exactly what they did, but it still ends up in a big gain, and he picks up the first down.
We'll go play action with Love. Throw over the middle, and they can't connect. It's incomplete. Luke Musgrave, the tight end, was the intended target there. And it'll lead to a second down.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here?
He fumbled the football. And this is taken in by the defense. In the pocket, looking to throw the ball, but the defense was looking right at the ball. They knock it away and come up with the turnover.
Mike, we see so often a quarterback is so focused, keeping his eyes down the field, looking for one of his receivers to work himself free, that they lose track of where the defenders are. And I think that's exactly what happened here. The defender closed on him quicker than he might have thought, knocks the ball loose, creating the takeaway.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll go play action here with McCarthy. That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Unfortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up 2nd down. Off the play fake, it's McCarthy. He'll let this go deep for Jefferson. That one knocked away. It is incomplete. Very good job defensively. Stayed right with him, and will bring up 3rd down. In motion, it's Waddle. From the shotgun, it's a throw for McCarthy. They get 18 on the pitch and catch. It'll be a Vikings first down.
The best quarterbacks, Mike, they don't necessarily even have to see the running back in the check down. They can just feel him. It allows them to keep their eyes downfield, allow their tight ends and wide receivers to continue to work open. In this case, nice job by the quarterback getting that ball in his hands and letting him do the rest after the catch. There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game. And you can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
He runs straight ahead with Jones. And he'll work his way for about 4 yards. That's good enough for a first down. Again, it's Jones. He is met and dropped. Good defense. Loss of a couple on that play.
This is what every defense in the league is shooting for, Mike. Negative plays. That's how you kill drives. Force teams to play from behind the sticks. Great job here, taking them down for a loss.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. To throw is McCarthy. He's hit as he threw. It goes to the ground, and it's an incomplete pass.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
3rd and long. Throwing now, it's McCarthy. He'll try to run for it. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they're going to mark him inside the 10-yard line. That is a gain of 20. And what a chance now. 1st and goal coming up.
Mike, this is the element to the position that this guy brings that's just so unique across the league. Not only the speed, but his ability to operate in the open field as a runner. It is hard for a defense to plan for a guy like this.
Trying again here from the 7-yard line, 2nd down and goal. And he churns out some of the hard yards in this area of the field, working it to the 3-yard line. They'll empty out the backfield, line up for 3rd and 3. Here's McCarthy. They'll get this out quickly to Addison. No place to run there. Good job by the D to stop him at the 2.
When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you know what that tells me, Mike? The decision to go for it on 4th down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a 4th and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this 4th down. It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone, and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
Now return coming from the 7. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. A run, and this is Lloyd. Can he get away? No! He's going to be taken down behind the line.
Number 1 rule of run blocking for the offensive line is you don't want to allow penetration. It just doesn't give your running back any angles to cut and find the hole. It's exactly how it played out here. They've got to do a better job holding the line of scrimmage and not getting pushed back. Very positive returns on that run. I mean, really, the only thing not to like is that they weren't able to move the chains. You know what? The way he ran there, I think they go right back to him and see if he has even a bigger carry in him.
They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. Try to run it with Lloyd.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the 1st down.
So, 3 quarters have
Quarter of play with the score.
off the play fake. He'll look to throw. That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up 2nd down. From the gun, it's Love. He'll let this one rip, looking for Watson. And this will be incomplete. Christian Watson, the intended receiver. And it's going to bring up 3rd down. To throw is Love. Oh, he did all he could to get away, but they're going to catch up to him. It is a big loss.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now, their pass protection is breaking down, and this quarterback's paying the price for it.
And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down.
At their own 35-yard line.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Here's Jones. A nice pickup, moving it across the 40. We'll give him 6 on that play. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. On On the draw, here's Jones. Third down, 3 to go. Play action now. It's McCarthy. He's got his tight end, Hawkinson. His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a first down.
So this is a part of the game that everybody works on, Mike. They call it 4-minute offense. You don't necessarily have to have 4 minutes on the clock, but the whole idea is we possess the ball late in the 4th quarter with the lead. The goal is we want to end the game with the ball. So that third down conversion is going to go a long way. Protect the ball, continue to pick up first downs. If they do that, I don't even think their opponent sees the ball again.
Here's 2nd and 3 to go. From the pistol, it's Jones. Good running there. He's got the first down inside the 30.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
Finding space at the 15. What a great gainer that is. He runs it down to the 5.
And this is the point of the game, Mike, where you really can start leaning on your run game and try to close this game out. You've got the lead, you're in the 4th quarter, and they're able to pop off a big run.
From the gun, here's McCarthy. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down. Now McCarthy under pressure, and down he goes. They've got him back at the 10. They'll look to throw for it with McCarthy. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
A 27-yard attempt.
His kick is good. He got it. And that could be big. They now take a 2-score advantage. Reichert had the field goal a moment ago. He's back out now to kick this one away. He'll start at the 4. And he'll manage to get this back only to about the 20-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. They'll start this on the ground with Lloyd. Not much happening there, just a short game. Here's a 2nd and 9. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. This one, up top for Dobbs.
Can't exactly put my finger on it, but it just seems like this entire game, like this passing game and this quarterback specifically, they've just been off. And whether it's missing these big shots downfield like he did there or just simple underneath layups, there's just something about him today that doesn't look right. And
this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force 4th down.
Sometimes you just have to know when the play is over and live to play another down. He has pressure coming right at him, and instead of just throwing the ball away, he tries to escape, he tries to get creative, and he ends up losing a lot more yards than he should have.
Now, fair catch taken, and they're going to have great starting field position just shy of midfield.
At their own 49-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's McCarthy. He'll take a shot here for the end zone. And that ball led him too far, maybe too wide. Out of bounds, incomplete. The intended receiver was Justin Jefferson. And it'll bring up 2nd down. Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him. You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. Sending it deep for Waddle. That one is batted away. Incomplete. No separation that time. Tightly defended. It brings up 4th down. It'll be a punt coming up for the Vikings, as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. And he didn't get the check he was hoping for in that one. That goes into the end zone, and it's a touchback. They'll come up for 1st and 10. Here's Love. That's caught downfield. Dobbs. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. On 1st and 10, here's Love. He'll let this go deep for the end zone. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
I can tell you from firsthand experience, Mike, that is a lonely and long jog back to the huddle. I mean, you're an inch away from being the hero with the deep touchdown. Instead, you let it go through your fingertips, and you got to come back to the huddle and try again.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. Pressure certainly impacted the quarterback there. Couldn't get his arm all the way through, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Now Love. This one deep and looking for Melton. And the Vikings are going to take over here at their own 22.
When you find yourself in this situation, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. Now Jones. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down. McCarthy from the gun here on 3rd down. Sending it deep for Waddle. That's caught! And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play.
Think back to the spring, Mike. We all watched the highlights of this guy's pro day, and you always question, why do they make these quarterbacks just rear back and throw it as far as they can? How often are they really going to do that? Well, when they do, like we saw here, it is a thing of beauty. He put that big arm on display with that last pass, and it winds up going for 6.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. This one taken at the 7. Good job in coverage. They're going to get him down short of the 20-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Jacobs. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Throwing is Love. This one deep and looking for Melton. That'll be incomplete. And now we are down to likely just one more play.
This has really been the story of this entire game, Mike. I mean, this pass rush has had the advantage over the offense pretty much from the jump. And they've already recorded a couple of sacks, a handful of close calls, and it's the pressure in the backfield is why this team finds themselves with the lead here late in this ballgame.
And the final throw of the game winds up incomplete.